Have you ever tried to generate a super simple scene with an AI video tool? Something like a cat sitting on a windowsill, only to have the AI tell you, "Sorry, can't generate that"? It's incredibly frustrating, right? You're staring at the screen thinking, but it's just a cat. Well, you're not alone. This is a problem many of us are facing right now, and today, we're going to dive deep into why this happens, and more importantly, what you can do about it. It's a bizarre and almost comical situation. You could ask for a foggy night in 1978 in Manhattan's Hell's Kitchen, a prompt filled with atmosphere but nothing complex, and the AI just throws up its hands. Or maybe you tried a single red apple on a wooden table. Denied. It feels like the AI has suddenly become incredibly picky, like a chef who refuses to cook a simple omelet. This wasn't always the case. Just a few months ago, these tools were churning out incredible visuals from even the most basic prompts. Now, it feels like we're walking on eggshells, trying to guess what magic words will get the AI to cooperate. So what's really going on behind the scenes? Why are these powerful AI models, which can create fantastical alien landscapes, suddenly struggling with the basics? The core of the issue often lies in the safety filters and content moderation systems that are constantly being updated. Think of it like this. The AI developers are in a perpetual battle to prevent their tools from being used to create harmful, inappropriate, or copyrighted content. To do this, they implement a complex web of rules and keyword filters. The problem is, these filters can be a bit overzealous. They're like a security guard who's so on edge that they start seeing threats everywhere. Your prompt for Hell's Kitchen might trigger a filter because of the word hell, even though you're referring to a famous New York neighborhood. A prompt about a shoot for a film might get flagged for the word shoot. The AI isn't understanding your intent or the context. It's just reacting to specific keywords that have been blacklisted. It's a classic case of the system being too blunt an instrument for such a nuanced task. These safety layers are constantly evolving. As developers identify new ways their tools could be misused, they add more restrictions. But this process can be clumsy. Sometimes, in their rush to patch a vulnerability, they cast too wide a net, catching tons of innocent prompts in the process. This is likely why you're seeing an increase in failures. The tool that worked perfectly yesterday might have received a behind-the-scenes update overnight that makes it fail on the same prompt today. It's not you, it's the system's growing pains. Another major factor is server load and resource allocation. Generating AI video is incredibly computationally expensive. It takes a massive amount of processing power. When millions of users are all trying to create videos at the same time, especially during peak hours, the servers get overloaded. To manage this, companies often have to queue up requests, or even temporarily limit the complexity of what can be generated. So when you get that failed to generate message, it might not be a content issue at all. It could just be that the system is overwhelmed and decided to drop your request rather than make you wait for hours. Like trying to get a drink at a super crowded bar, sometimes the bartender just can't get to you. This also explains the inconsistency. You might try a prompt in the morning and it fails, but try the exact same prompt late at night and it works perfectly. This is all about server traffic. It's a frustrating reality of using a service that's in high demand. The AI isn't being temperamental. It's just running on finite resources. The developers have to make tough choices about prioritizing requests. And sometimes, simpler-seeming prompts get pushed to the back of the line, or dropped altogether if the system is struggling. So now for the most important part. What can we actually do about it? We can't just sit back and accept failure. Let's get into some practical strategies to outsmart the AI and get the scenes you want. At first, let's talk about prompt engineering. This is your #1 weapon. If your prompt is failing, the first thing to do is rephrase it. Think like a thesaurus. Instead of a foggy night in Hell's Kitchen, you could try a misty evening in a historic Manhattan neighborhood in the late 1970s. You're describing the same scene, but avoiding the potential trigger word hell. It's about being a creative problem solver. Break down your scene into its core visual elements and describe them using different, safer-sounding words. Think about describing the action, the mood, and the setting with alternative vocabulary. Instead of a character shoots a laser gun, try a character fires a beam of light from a futuristic weapon. This might seem silly, but it can genuinely bypass the filters. Experiment with synonyms. Be specific, but use neutral language. For example, Instead of a brand name, describe the object. Instead of a Coca-Cola can, try a red and white soda can. This not only helps with safety filters, but also avoids potential copyright flags. The next strategy is what I call the building block method. If you're trying to generate a complex scene and it's failing, break it down into smaller, simpler parts. Let us say you want a shot of a knight fighting a dragon in front of a burning castle. That's 3 major elements, any one of which could cause a problem. Instead, try generating them separately. First, generate a medieval knight in armor. Once you have a good version of the knight, use that as a reference image or in an image-to-video function. Then generate a fantasy dragon breathing fire, and finally, a castle on fire at night. After you have these separate clips, you can bring them into a traditional video editor and composite them together. Yes, it's more work than a single prompt, but it gives you so much more control and is a fantastic workaround when the AI is being stubborn. This modular approach is a key skill for any serious AI video creator. It turns you from someone just giving commands into a director who is actively building a scene piece by piece. You're no longer at the mercy of the AI's whims. Another simple but effective trick is to just wait and try again. As we discussed, server load is a huge factor. If your prompt fails, don't immediately give up on it. Take a break for 30 minutes or a few hours, and then submit the exact same prompt again. You'd be surprised how often this works. You might just catch the servers during a quieter period. I've had prompts fail 5 times in a row, only to work perfectly on the 6th try an hour later. Patience is a virtue, especially in the world of AI generation. And don't forget the power of feedback. Most of these AI tools have a report a problem or provide feedback button. Use it. When a simple, harmless prompt fails, report it. Specifically state your prompt and explain why you think it should have worked. For example, my prompt, a foggy night in 1978 in Manhattan's Hell's Kitchen, failed. This is a reference to a real-world location and does not violate any content policies. This feedback is invaluable for the developers. They use it to refine their safety filters and make them smarter. By reporting these false positives, you're not just helping yourself. You're helping the entire community and improving the tool for everyone. Finally, stay informed. The world of AI video generation is moving at lightning speed. Follow the developers on social media. Join Discord communities or Reddit forums dedicated to these tools. This is where you'll get the latest news on updates. Learn about new techniques from other users, and get real-time information if there's a system-wide outage or a known issue. These communities are a goldmine of shared knowledge. Someone else has likely faced the same problem you have and might have already found a clever solution. So, to recap, when your AI fails on a simple prompt, don't get discouraged. First, rephrase your prompt using different, neutral keywords. Second, if it's a complex scene, use the building block method and generate elements separately. Third, be patient and try again later during off-peak hours. And fourth, always report false positives to help improve the system. By using these strategies, you can navigate the quirks of current AI models and keep creating amazing content. This technology is still in its infancy, and we, the users, are on the front lines, figuring it out together. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope these tips help you break through those frustrating generation fails. If you have any other tricks that have worked for you, please share them in the comments below. Let's help each other out. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of AI creation. See you in the next one. Stay curious.